ng gobyerno bilang kickbacks sa flood control projects. Ayon kay Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Claire Castro, mismong si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos ay hindi na pinansin ang alegasyon na tumanggap rin umano ng kickbacks.
18 kargador. Actually, 18 maleta boys, 18 basurero. Pwede po sila i-describe na ganon sa ating pananaw. Bakit basurero? Di ba mga basura ang kanilang sinasabing kinukuha at dinadala?
Ng senador, nakasaad bilang respondent sina Bernard Gumban, Rosebert Waupan at Benny Voluntate. Nag-ugat daw ang reklamo sa mga akusasyon na nag-uugnay kay Tulfo sa umano'y kickback scheme at human trafficking. At sabi nga ni Tulfo kanina, handa siyang mag-inhibit sa komite kung sakaling magharap sila ng mga tinagurian niyang Maleta Boys. Pakinggan natin ang pahayag ni Senator Tulfo.
Hindi na ho natin pinalagpas dahil kalukuhan naman po yung mga pinagsasabi kasinungalingan na kailangan po lang sagutin sa korte na yung mga paratang po nila sa atin. Dati po pinalusot ko pa ito nung una. Hindi po kami dahil wala naman ho talang katotohanan. Pero yung ginawa nila nung June 4, padami ng padami. Dati ilang maleta lang, naging 8 maleta na. Tapos meron na ngayong human trafficking.
Reaksyon ninyo sa pagkaka-aresto sa inyo? May handa ka daw pangalanan ng 150 pa?
Gibay pa tayo, sir.
Sino-sino yung mga yun? May mga big fish ba?
Sa tamang panahon po.
Pero may mga kongresista, politiko?
Marami.
Ha?
Sir, gibay po tayo, sir.
Ikaw nakulong.
Para hindi magpagsalita.
Sa isang demokrasya po ay na merong functioning judicial system ay hindi nyo po makikita yung ganyang pangyayari. Na kung sino pa yung akusado, siya pa ang mag-iimbestiga at siya pa ang magdedesisyon kung sino ang nagsisinungaling at kung sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo. And of course, by human nature, we don't expect Mr. Erwin Tulfo to admit his guilt. And therefore, by human nature also, it is predictable that he will cite all of us as liars. And pursuant to his power as chairman of the committee, and that is debatable, he can cite us in contempt, he can punish us, and he can send us to jail. And for these purposes po, I will cite to you Section 18 po of the same Senate Resolution number 5. Nakalagay po dito, 18, no? Contempt. Contempt. Makikita nyo dito, ang sinasabi, ito, babasahin ko po. The chairman, with the concurrence of at least one member, may punish or cite in contempt any witness before the committee who disobeys any order of the committee or refuses to be sworn or to testify or to answer a proper question by the committee or any of its members or testifies falsely or evasively. Sa tingin nyo ba, sasabihin ni Mr. Erwin Tulfo that we are testifying truthfully? Sasabihin niya yan, you are testifying falsely. And what is the consequence of that? Contempt. And once you are cited in contempt, itong rule po na ito ay inamend ng Senate. We have resolution number 145. Senate resolution number 145. Ang matindi po ikukulong kami. No? Ito a contempt of the committee shall be deemed a contempt of the Senate. Such witness may be ordered by the committee to be detained in such place as it may designate. No? Pwede nila kaming ipadala sa...
So, ibig sabihin, we have to follow. Makapaggalaw, restricted na ang movement mo, hindi ka na member ng Congress. Totoo, hindi siya makapag-vote. Okay, assuming hindi siya payagan ng Sandigan Bayan si Jigo Estrada, but he would try to file a motion to allow him to attend. But of course, he will not be allowed. Siguro yung voting, siguro yung pag-participate sa proceedings, maybe hindi siya pwede. However, he is still a member of the Congress. So, ang quorum pa rin pag-uusapan natin, 13 pa rin. Now, with respect po kay Senator Bato de la Rosa, he is still here in the Philippines. Dapat sana, yung effort naman sana, pinadalhan po ng siya ng subpoena or subpoena notice na meron po proceedings. Now, kung hindi po siya magboto, di forfeited yung pagboto niya. But he still remains as a member of Congress, Senate, and therefore, counted pa rin siya. So, ibig sabihin po, 34 pa rin ang basis, which is ang majority or ang quorum niyan is 13. Ganun lang po ka-basic po, Sir Admar, no? Pag-identify ng solution on this rather peculiar situation that we are having right now.
Ang hindi lang po pwede, which is yun din yung nabanggit doon sa Avellino versus Cuenco, is yung outside jurisdiction ng bansa. Tama ba, Atty.?
Yes po. Kasi you are not in the Philippines. You are outside the country. So, ibig sabihin, para po yung kung nasa abroad ka, gawa ka na affidavit doon, hindi pwede. You have to go to the embassy. So, marami pa nga issues yan kasi what if this, yung taga nasa labas, supposedly may isang nasa labas, and nag-asali siya doon ng session through Zoom, if allowed, tapos doon siya sa embassy. He is now in a Philippine jurisdiction. Marami pang issues yan, but that is not covered doon. But I'm trying to say, no? So yun lang po ang ibig sabihin, if you're not within the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines. In fact, in the Avellino versus Cuenco case, one of the senators na may sakit noon, si Soto, yung lolo yata ni Tito Sen, was in the hospital, but he was included in the numbers because nasa Pilipinas siya, although he was not there physically to attend the proceedings, diba? So, klaro po, no, if we will try to look at it, it's more of outside the territorial jurisdiction of the Philippines. But nevertheless, that is the time that they excluded, no? Pero actually nga, hati pa nga yun that kind of opinion talagang binara po, no, si Justice Moran, whom one of our idols na dating justice, sabi niya, talagang 24 is 24. 13 talaga ang quorum. Wala na pong distinction. Now, maganda po siya i-test, no? But however, in this particular session kasi, pinilit kasi, sir, in a sense na walang judicial confirmation, no? In the sense that this could have been asked, no, before they have started doing that. Hindi na nag-attend ng Senate session and everything. They should have asked that and asked for judicial confirmation. But they forced the issue. You know why? Because they really wanted to get the committees back. And especially the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Yun lang po pinag-aawayan dyan. Kaya nga, always I said in my interviews and in my post that the battle on this particular area wherein napakinggan na po natin yung 18 Marines, yun na po yun. Nanalo po tayo in this particular battle, no? Ang camp ni Alan Peter Cayetano. Although, sabi nga natin, mapapalitan siya kay may lilipat at everything, doesn't matter anymore. Because nga, temporary lang naman talaga ang expected nila na mangyayari, no? So, having said that, the issue of, tama po kayo, yung nasa outside the country, that is the basis where the Supreme Court could have agreed na i-lower down natin. Pero, I think with the present situation in the 1987 Constitution, I think that would no longer matter because klaro po